Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're trying out a combo really from the Final Fantasy set with the Water Crystal. Only as a one of, it's kind of a secondary combo in the deck, but it's one interesting one of the Final Fantasy set to me. The Water Crystal, if an opponent would mill a card, they mill that many plus 4 instead. Blue spells cost 1 less to cast. And I think the bottom part, at least for our deck, is going to be flavor text, but you can mill with that. The combo here is with Mesmeric Orb, which is a very easy to cast on turn 1 2-mana colorless spell with any of our Mox In or Mana Crypt, etc. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card. So when your opponent mills 1 card here, if you've got the Water Crystal in play, now they're milling 5 cards. So they untap 4 lands and a creature. That's 5 permanents times 5. That's milling 25 cards. So that's kind of a combo there that can win us the game. We're going to try it out. We have a few ways of finding it. We're playing 3 Mesmeric Orbs. We'll get to why in a minute. They have another combo in this deck. Got the 1 crystal. I was considering playing 2, but I think this is better as a secondary combo in the deck. But I was very tempted to play, 4 orbs, 2 crystals, and go harder on this, but decided not to. We can find it though. Like we got Vampiric Tutor, we got Demonic Tutor, we've got Tinker. All of these cards can find the Water Crystal if we've got Orb in play and getting a crystal would seal the deal. But Mesmeric Orb does another combo. It combos with Aphetto Alchemist. So you go like turn 1 Mox land Aphetto Alchemist, turn 2 Orb. You can then keep untapping Aphetto Alchemist targeting itself. And each time it untaps, you mill a card. And this will mill your entire library, which is very cool. Once you mill your library, you will have Cabal Therapy in your graveyard, which you can flash back. Do discard, Force of Will, probably don't have Force of Will, or they can counter anything, but, you can clear your hand with, maybe they got a Flusterstorm or something, you can use the therapies to clear their hand. You got your Narcomoebas in play to flash back the Cabal Therapies as well as your Aphetto. You've got your Thassa's Oracle in the graveyard, which you can bring back with Dredge Return, sacking the combination of Narcomoebas and or Alchemist. That will bring back the Thassa's Oracle to win the game in classic, oops or breakfast style win. Another combo here is Aphetto Alchemist can just untap Time Vault for infinite turns. And again, we've got Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Tinker, which can all find Time Vault once you've got an Aphetto in play. We've also got Manifold Key for the Time Vault combo. But Tinker can also, we're a Tinker Citadel deck as well. So we've got Bolas' Citadel here, the classic Tinker target. So we can just do that, very traditional, very strong vintage game plan. And again, we've got numbers of tutors in here and draw spells with the Cruise and the Treasure dig through time. I don't play these a lot. I think at the moment, they're fine, but they're a little slow in vintage. There's a lot of decks where they're going to win before these can come online. So Stock Up you can play on turn 1. So Stock Up in the current vintage format is just a lot better than these 2 cards. But they are powerful, and they're really nice with Mesmeric Orb. Mesmeric Orb will fill up your graveyard quickly and let you cast Treasure Crewman dig through time easily, which is very nice. That's why I'm trying those today, even though a lot of my decks don't feature these cards. Force of Will, of course. Return for the combo. Water Crystal as our big combo card. Tinker, yep. We covered all of this. Psychic Frog. It's just a good card, obviously, but also we have a bit of a transformational sideboard, and this Psychic Frog fits very nicely into the transformational sideboard, which is part of why it's in here. The other thing is just having 4 creatures in your deck isn't amazing. There's a lot of removal in vintage right now because Mono White Initiative is a great deck. So most decks are playing 2 to 4 pieces of removal spells. So if you're going to play creatures, you generally want enough that you're probably going to have more creatures than they have removal spells. Or at least that's the idea. You don't really want to like trot out your like one creature and then their opponent's removal spell that's just stuck in their hand suddenly has a use. Time Walk, of course. Misstep, Recall, just great cards. Vampiric Step combos, Therapy to flashback from the graveyard. Narcos to clear hands. Also just pretty good. Naming Force of Will is usually a okay plan. Deathrite Shaman to kind of fix our mana. It does a few things. Can ramp a little bit, but it's also good in the sideboard plan. Psychic Frog and Deathrite Shaman, their main purpose for their inclusion is our transformational sideboard, which we'll get to. Manifold Key for the Time Vault combo. Top, which is great with Citadel, and is also great with Alchemist. And Key. So what you can do, if you don't know this little trick, is you draw with top. You respond to the trigger by untapping it with Aphetto Alchemist or Manifold Key. Then you can draw with top again, so you get 2 draws with your top, so you actually get card advantage, which is pretty cool. Saga, which can find some of these pieces, or the mana. Mana base is pretty standard. We're playing, blue-black with a small green splash. We've got a Bayou there and a tropical island, which lets Deathrite Shaman exile creatures, and then again sets up our sideboard plan, which we'll get to. Abstergo Entertainment, that's just a really good one. I play one of these in a lot of decks. Just getting back artifacts from your graveyard, clearing your opponent's graveyard, just all really good stuff, but it is legendary. Alright, before we get to the sideboard, like and subscribe, it's all appreciated. And throw a comment down below when you have one during the league. Now, our main deck is very, very, very graveyard-centric. So we got a transformational sideboard here. We're looking to bring in a lot of cards and cut a lot of the graveyard stuff. And just play a kind of a Tinker Nadu deck game 2 to try and avoid a lot of the graveyard hate. Then game 3 you can decide, do we switch back or not. You can switch back to the graveyard combo if you think your opponent's going to take it out, or you can leave the Nadu in. It's like a mind game. That's a lot of the reason why the frogs and the shamans are in the main deck. These are good cards main deck, don't get me wrong, but their main purpose is to support the Nadu package and bringing in Shuko, etc. And of course we've got graveyard hate and a little more combo hate here. Yeah, so I think like post sideboard you can take out like Narcomoebas, orbs, crystal, bring in Nadu. If you don't know this combo, Nadu and Aphetto Alchemist is a way of drawing a lot of cards. So what you do is you untap Aphetto Alchemist twice, targeting itself. That puts 2 cards in your hand. You go to your opponent's turn, and their upkeep, you do that again with Aphetto Alchemist. That's 4 cards. Then you target Nadu or some other creature. So it's 5 cards per turn cycle there. Alright, so let's see you in round 1 here. Alright, here we go. They're usually playing Dredge. If I remember right, they're the trophy leader right now. We're not putting this back, but we I don't think you can really beat Dredge hands game 1. Okay. What is the smartest way of doing this? I think I will Demonic Tutor for Mana Crypt. And then play the Time Vault. Or maybe play the key. Alright. They did not have an answer in hand. Bad news is we don't have a lot of real answers or cards to bring in here, huh? So we want the Soul Guide Lantern and we want the Ley Lines, but we're pretty light on Graveyard Aid. This is not what you want, really. The trophy can be reasonable because that can hit the land itself. So the Mesmeric Orb plan can bite us. That's... Frog's kind of slow. Like, I still like the combo element here, but... I'm not sure what misstep's really hitting that we care about. I think the frogs are slow. I don't know. But if we've got like a ley line in play or something and we're digging, they're fine. Maybe take out one orb. Dig's a little slow. Maybe we don't need the trophy. Alright, let's try this. Maybe I should have just gone with the Nadu plan, just taking out Mesmeric Orbs and stuff like that. I mean, we're keeping it, but it's not a slam dunk hand. Oh boy. Alright. I mean, since they didn't hit the lantern, I'm guessing they don't have a counter spell, so I'm just going to go for it now. That's pretty good. We still don't have a way of dealing with this hollow one, though. I think we let it go. Yep. We could just die to this hollow one, for sure. Alright, let's see if we die to hollow one. I want my frog and my trophy back. That's not good. Embarrassing just to lose to the hollow one. I miscounted. We can't actually hold up force now. I was trying to hold up force of will hardcast. Just drew a bunch of lands. We're just trying to find our other Narcomoebas here to stay alive as blockers. No, the Saga. I don't know if we can even win this game. How embarrassing is that? Alright, we still have 2 Narcomoebas in the deck. If we get the Alchemist and we chump, we should be able to then win. Unless they draw. Oh, that would have been good. Alright, well, Force of Will here does beat us. Now what's in our graveyard? Recall, Soul Guide, Pearl, Orb, Leyline, Saga. What can we get back with this? Anything of relevance? I guess we can get back the Soul Guide, which gives us a draw into finding so we lose the Force of Negation blue card. We lose to a lot of stuff. We lose to Noxious Revival, Force blue card, either Force blue card. Probably should have milled a bit more to try and find Time Vault. I guess we could keep milling, try and find Time Vault, and then play it. If we can. So I think we use the. Oh no, we would exile our Oracle. We would exile our Oracle. Oh, we have our Dread Return in here too. Exiles all graveyards. And we've got... We already have 2 Narcomoebas in the graveyard, right? I guess getting the Time Vault doesn't play around either Force. It does play around does play around Noxious. I guess we could keep milling until we get a Narcomoeba, therapy them hitting force, and then bring back the Time Vault. But can we actually kill them? So many cards we lose to here. I think we just go for the... I don't think we try and get cutesy with Time Vault. I think we just try and win this way. Does that make any sense, though? Let's see how long it takes us to get another Narco. Taking us a long time. So now we got a decision. We've got more Aphetto Alchemist in our deck. I think we can kill them if this... Let's try this. We're going to cast this with Flashback, sacking the Narcomoeba. Force of Will. 2 Noxious Revivals. Oh, jeez. I think we're dead. I don't think we can beat that. I don't know why they didn't put it on top of my library. I think we're still dead because we're going to mill out. Yeah, I don't think we were actually dead there. Because we were we were about to kill ourselves with by milling out. Okay, here we go. In theory, this is turn 1 Aphetto Alchemist, turn 2 Mesmeric Orb win. We've got 2 Narcomoebas in hand, so that means we can't therapy. It's part of the win, which is annoying. Doomsday? Vexing Bauble. Alright, well that makes things much more challenging, so we have to counter that. We can't actually win through the bauble. So we want to draw a Force of Will. We are very much shields down here. We could just lose. There go Doomsday Cantrip, Doomsday Street Wraith or something. Actually, they got Vexing Bauble. It might not be Doomsday. It might be like Raker PO or something, but we're still in trouble. The other thing here is, if we go Mesmeric Orb and go for the win, we can't actually Therapy. Because one of our Narcos is in exile, one's in hand. We won't be able to play it unless we draw specifically like Mana Crypt, Black Lotus. Unless we draw one of those two, we Doomsday. Demonic Tutor. Alright, not Doomsday. Recall. Recall would make a sense. Mana Crypt. We're getting tinkered? We're getting tinkered. No, we're not getting tinkered. What is happening? We are getting tinkered. Why did they play the fetch out first? Oh, a ring? They tinkered for a ring. I think we just go for the win. I don't think it gets better than this. They're pausing. Does that mean they actually have a Force of Will? Well, I'm just going to go for it. I don't think letting them draw 2, untap it, 3, 5 cards does us any favors here. If they have Force of Will, then we lose, and that's fine. Since they got ring protection, we can't actually Cabal Therapy them anyway. Well, we're just gonna click through this, and if they got a counter spell, then they got a counter spell, and we lose. It feels like they have a counter spell, but this doesn't get better for us. They draw 5, 6 cards next turn. And they're playing a blue deck. They will have Force of Will. Do you have a Force of Will? They have a Force of Will, or a Spell Pierce or something. I figured, but we had to go for it. Yeah. Fair enough. So they're probably going to bring in Graveyard Hate, so we're going to switch plans here. I think that's it. That's fine, that's fine. The Dread Return's like a reasonable card. Tinker, no. The Frog, Time Vault, Time Lock, Aphetto. Need one more card, huh? Maybe this Soul Guide Lantern. Cantrip at least. They might have... They don't have Laris, so probably don't have creatures. Try the Soul Guide, they might have like a... Could be relevant. We have the Soul Guide. Alright, I guess so. The shop stick? What am I missing here? Please draw a blue card. That is not a blue card. Can I take a turn off to play Frog? I think I have to. I mean, we just... Saga Pass just loses, doesn't it? Wait, we need green mana. Forgot we brought it in our Nadu. Okay. I didn't want to counter that anyway. I think we're just going to do this now before they draw more. Definitely feels super dead now. 9 cards in hand. Jewel? I don't really know why there's red in the deck, but it doesn't seem good for me. Okay. I don't understand what's going on here. See if we can draw a Moxen. I think we do force that. That's not a bad one. Alright, let's see what they got here. They could just win. P.O. Black. Colorless. Demonic Tutor. Maybe I should not have shown my Time Vault. I was playing around counter spells though. A Braid. Yeah. Tinker. Prismari Command. They probably have more counter magic and stuff there since they're not winning the game. Well, we didn't get very far there. Okay. Tinker. Stock up. All right. Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe I should have trophied in response to that. PO. Tinker. Now I assume they've got a Force of Will or something here, but we'll give it a try. Might as well. This is probably game. We did our best. Yeah. Alright. We're dead. Alright. They got rid of their Mana Crypt. Yeah. Alright. Alright, here we go. We're against Dredge. Don't think this hand beats Dredge. Kind of need like a fast combo hand. I think this isn't good enough, unfortunately. This stand doesn't do anything. Alright. find an artifact, we can try and win with Time Vault Aphetto. Good hand. I want my 3rd mana now. That is technically an artifact. Yeah. If they've got a force in hand, we do just die. Cabal Therapy would be the best draw here. Cabal Therapy. Time walk. We're 1 mana short. We have to get like super lucky. If we Citadel into like, I don't know. I think we got nothing. We're missing a mana. If we had another mana, we could Could win through this. Not gonna get there. Alright, very close, but didn't get there. Mindbreak Trap. I think the trophy's fine. I think I like taking out the crystal, one of the orbs. One of the frogs. I think Cruise is too slow as well. Let's try that. Yep. If they had Force of Vigor, they would have cast it in response. Let's do Hollow one. Alright, I stand corrected. They do have Force of Vigor. That presents a problem now. I guess I didn't. Yeah, don't love how I played that. Oh boy. Oh, they drew a green card even. Okay. That is a problem for us. Force of Negation. Icarid. Force of Will. Sure. Okay, that's bad. Hit one of the bazaars. Oh, that's a good one. And we got there. I think they might bring in Graveyard Hate against us, maybe. But we got such low. This is tough. The Frogs League aren't even that good. I think we just run it back, to be honest. I don't think mulling into the keep. Hollow one? No. I think we just get rid of the stinkweed for now. Alright. They had enough. Alright. Close game again. Alright. Here we go. So I don't like having the Thassa's Oracle in hand, obviously. But we do have Mental Misstep into a turn 1 Saga. Is that good enough? I'm against Unknown. Like, what does that beat? It doesn't beat Dredge or Counterbind. It doesn't beat Mono White Initiative, probably. It doesn't beat... It's very hard to pass this up, though. Like, we have all the mana in the world. We got the Saga as like a win-con plan. We've got turn 1 Saga. We got Mental Misstep as some disruption. If this was like anything else, I'd be very happy with this. This is basically a dead card. So this lives, like turn 3 we'll get like a top. We can like start looking for stuff. Ugh. Right, I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna keep it. But I could definitely be convinced not to. Okay, that's bad. Our hand just got much worse. Jeez. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, unless we had forest, we just weren't beating this hand, so. That's a very strong interaction there. Are we just trying to attack here with constructs, or is that at all feasible? The other thing is we could play Aphetto and then hope to draw either Tinker or Time Vault next turn, if we get a next turn, that is, because they're drawing 4 plus 5, 9. I don't think it matters. I think we're dead anyway. We're just going to play this out, and then we are going to die, and that's fine. Alright, you got an expensive Soul Ring. Time Walk, okay. Super duper dead. Gonna hit this button. And feel free to skip ahead to game 2. Because we are dead. Alright, off to game 2. We don't have a ton of stuff to bring in. Kind of just need to race them. I think we lead the combo in. Got the crystal. It's a little slow here. Misstep's not super great. Alright, let's try that. Alright. Oh boy. I think we keep it and hope to draw a mana surge just because we've got Trap Frog. If we can draw a mana source, this becomes serviceable. Just gonna untap the ring, which is pretty cute. We can cast the Deathrite Shaman, which does nothing because no one's got a land in the board, or just keep it up. I think we just keep it up. We might as well make tokens here. If we get Lotus, we can keep Hardcast Trap up, which is something. I think we have to keep the Hardcast Trap up. I don't think we can play anything out here. Alright. Alright. Nothing we can do about that. Guess we should have swung first. Well, can't cast that right now. Well, this is getting dicey. They draw another jewel, we just lose. The jewel. Jeez. Yep. Metamorph. Okay. Blue card is a good pickup here. Alright. Hopefully they've only got one thing we have to force. We cannot deal with two things we have to force. I assume they got a force here, but we'll give this a whirl. Yeah. Alright. We died. Okay, we're dead. Off to next round here. Alright, got good cards in it, doesn't it? But it's, doesn't actually do anything, right? I guess so. I mean, you gotta get lucky here, for sure. But we can draw like orb or time vaults. Potentially could win on turn 3. I gotta force in a misstep. Maybe there's a world where that's enough. I don't know. Emerald, sure. Workshop. Alright. Ring. Oh, jeez. I don't think the misstep's going to be super useful here. We're dead. We're very dead. Jeez. What scenario can we like? Ugh. What can Saga can do? All right, we'll do that next turn. Alright, we died. Grafdigger's Cage, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. PO, Jewel, Metamorph. That looks like a PO. I'm just going to assume they can figure this one out. They got lots of time. Okay, that didn't go great. Take out the water crystal. I think that's going to be too slow. What else did we do last time? I think the dig through time's a bit slow. Maybe the trophy's too cute. Maybe the trophy's too cute. The misstep's actually pretty bad too. We don't have a lot of 1-drops in Jewel. Let's try that. It's a turn 3 win if they do nothing. It's turn 3 Vault Key if they just do literally nothing. That's not good enough, right? Ugh. So many of our hands are just bad in this matchup, though. Okay. Let's see if they got a 4th. Wait, why did I do this? I already have all the cards I needed. Tinker, Mana Crypt. Wait, I got Tinker, right? I got Tinker, I got land, I got Mana Crypt. Why? I guess I get Force of Will. I'm not sure why I did any of the things that I just did. Yeah, if I would have just saved, could have won on the same turn. Just by getting top. They have so much mana. Jeez. Ancestral Recall. I guess we force that. Seems good. Alright, we have been bested, I suppose. Yeah, that Vampiric Tutor was just a punt. We would have saved that, we would have won easily. I don't know what I'm doing. Embarrassing. And we died. Okay, that was a tough league. So 2-3, so we got some of our play points back. It wasn't, completely abysmal, but this round was incredible. The first match against Black decks on Dredge. I'll probably make this round 1. This was a really, really cool match. That's the one I would recommend. Rounds 1 and round 3 we just got completely demolished. We were slower than the other artifact combo decks, and then just did not have the protection that was required. I think we saw that we're a combination of too slow right now, with all the artifact combo running around, with not enough protection, and that just didn't work out. We beat Dredge twice, which was fun, and then this last round was actually pretty close. This was a good round too. It's probably like move Gonti and Matthias to the end. The other 3 first. It's like three good matches. But yeah, I mean, we definitely saw some pretty clear issues with the deck. 4 Force of Will, 2 Therapy. It's just not enough interaction. Like, we have combos in here, but they are slow. I'm not sure how to fix this. You probably have to ditch the Nadu plan, ditch Frog, ditch Deathrite Shaman, and then just go hard on like the other. I think that's what you got to do. We take out Deathrite Shaman, we take out Psychic Frog, we take out the Nadu plan. We put in the 4th orb, a 2nd crystal, and like 3 pieces of like counter magic. And we just try and go harder on the combos. Maybe like without the shaman, maybe not the crystal. Maybe like keep 1 crystal, 4 orb, take out these. Yeah, put in like 4 pieces of protection. I'm not sure exactly what on the top of my head, but we need something. then take out this, the sideboard pivot, and just put in like, I don't know, maybe some like bounce spells, like Chain of Vapor for like a graveyard hate piece or something like that. Stuff like, I don't know. Like even if people bring in graveyard hate, like we can still win. Like we've got, you know, the Time Vault Key combo, plenty of tutors stuff, but like it's obviously good against us, so you got a lot of problems. I'm not sure if this one really works. You got any ideas for how to fix it? Let me know down below. It was fun. I think it's definitely a fun combo. I think this, which is as like a, you know, one of Orb and like the Hermit Druid version I played this before, that's done really well, is fine. I think going too hard on this combo is not good. I like it as a one of when I'm playing Hermit Druid where I already have the rest of the package in here. But by itself without Hermit Druid, I think it's just not good enough. In Vintage at least. Maybe in Legacy this could be fun. Yeah, maybe this might just be more of a Legacy thing. Maybe like, honestly, maybe this is just like a Legacy deck. Like Ancient Tomb, Chrome Moxes, and these guys. That might be better. But there's a lot of graveyard hate in Legacy right now, so maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, please. Thank you, and see you next time.